Alex has called from Leicester. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Sheila, how are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, this is your son has been watching some of this
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, we're really stressed out as a family at the moment. He's been watching his videos and also of another YouTuber, which I won't mention, but it's completely destroyed our lives. He's not the boy he used to be. He's a very energetic, vibrant individual. He's an actor. He's a dancer, martial artist as well. And over the last, I think, 2 months, it's become terrible. He doesn't talk to us, doesn't like coming out with us. He just watches these videos. He wants to leave his acting career. He's left his dance behind him.
How old is he?
17.
17.
Yeah.
And
They are very similar videos. There's quite a few of these YouTubers around, but there's two which are prominent. Obviously, Andrew Tate was one of them, and this other chap. And, I've seen the videos, and I have to switch them off. I
can
can't
I
watch
ask,
them.
is it all just videos of them speaking? Those are the ones I've seen of them speaking. Him, Andrew Tate speaking,
Exactly.
saying
That's what
all
they
this
are,
stuff.
yeah.
Right. And have you spoken to your son about it?
We have conversations almost every other day. We call him into the room, and have a chit chat. He doesn't want to talk. He's completely secluded himself in his bedroom. He has his headphones on. We have no idea what he's listening to. Yesterday, I was actually trying to get onto the internet router and block the YouTube URL from the house. That's one thing that I've thought about doing. But how do we get him out of this? How do we? He wants to leave college. He's got 1 year left to finish the course, and even her teachers have said to us that this boy has something about him. He's not a normal actor. He's a dancer.
Do you think
as well.
Oh, you mean in terms of talent? He's
Super talented. Yeah, extremely talented. And he's throwing it all his way. One of his best friends actually is he wants to be a dentist. So we've talked to him. So look, can you speak to him? And he's spoken to him. His parents have spoken to him. We've had family members speaking to him as well, and nothing. We're just not getting through to him. He's severely brainwashed. That's how I'd like to put it.
Do you think he's been radicalised, to use the word of the moment?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And you say he seems to be depressed.
Yes, he does. Yeah, and we're kind of a bit worried now that, what's the next step? Where is this going to go? Will he harm himself? That could possibly happen.
Yeah. Listen, even before you get to that point, I mean, I understand completely why you're worried, because even listening to Dan there a moment ago, the pro forma language that he came out with, when you're just trying to say, tell me what you think, not what you've read and heard and memorized, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And it's the what you've heard and memorized thing that's going in, isn't it? Did he have girlfriends or boyfriends or relationships before this? Was he happy in a relationship? Had he had some relationships or?
No, not as such. No, I mean, obviously he's. I think that is something that he would like to have.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that he was listening to help him get to that stage.
Do you think he might be overwhelmed by the whole notion and experience of starting a relationship with somebody, whether it's a girl or a young man or whatever? Do you think would it be something he was comfortable to talk to you about prior to this? I mean,
yeah, I mean, we've had a pretty open relationship. I've said to him, we're like friends rather than father and son, and that's how we've been. We've had a super relationship. And I said to him on the weekend, I don't know who you are. You are not the person that I knew a year ago.
And you love him obviously to bits.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to help him out, but equally, it's getting to the point where I'm trying to detach because it's bringing me down.
Oh, yeah. And also, there are limits to whether he'll listen to you, aren't there?
Yeah, and also what his idea was is to become a YouTuber to talk about similar things. So I said, okay. We said no, it's not a good idea. People will be slating you for doing something like this. And he just was adamant, I want to do it. So I said, okay, do one. Let's have a look. Put it up. If that's what you want to do.
And what did he say?
And I kid you not, Sheila, it was absolutely disgusting. Some of the things he was saying on there. And he actually put it on public. Luckily, we managed to talk to him and got it pulled down within 24 hours.
Was it about harming women and girls?
it wasn't about harming. No, it wasn't about harming. It was about the masculinity side, that previous caller was talking about. And it just wasn't right. You just know that, it's just wrong. What's being said is completely wrong.
Was it basically a kind of pre-feminism view of the world? Women at home, no jobs, men in charge of everything, women don't drive.
Men in charge, yeah. He did touch on those kind of topics, but it was like he went back in time talking to himself when he was a bit younger, but now he wants to help out other teenagers. So he's trying to become like these other individuals that he's been watching.
Does he want fame or money from it, do you think?
I don't think so, no. No, because he can have that. He can have that with his career.
With his talent,
Yeah, completely.
So it's building him up. It's building himself up psychologically in his own head.
I think so. I do think so, yeah.
God, what are you going to do?
I've no idea. In fact, I was actually in the process of calling his college and trying to speak to somebody there to get some support.
Some help. I think that's a good idea.
Because we have completely run out of options now. We're not getting through to him.
Have you read Laura Bates's book, Men Who Hate Women?
Laura Bates?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. No.
I would recommend you do that, and his mum does that. It's a deep dive into this world, basically, the book. It's not an easy read, and it certainly wasn't easy for her researching it and doing it, but I think it might give you some good context to handle this problem.
Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, it really is a valuable book. I feel so much for you, Alex, because you must feel like your son has been stolen from you.
Completely. Even his sister will say the same thing. She doesn't know him anymore. He is completely different.
Does he have a female friend that might be able to help? Maybe.
I don't. I'm not sure actually. I mean, with the dance group he was with, the majority of the dancers were girls, and I was like, you're literally in cloud nine. If you like women, then you're in a perfect place. To meet somebody and to go out with someone or a date.
Well, as long as he's straight.
Sorry?
If it's loads of girls, as long as he's straight. I mean, I don't know.
He is straight. No, he is straight. Yeah.
And he's a dancer, and it's interesting, isn't it? Because that whole masculinity thing that you'd have feared that he might be up against Neanderthals saying, "Well, you're a bit weird being a dancer," But quite the opposite has happened. He's the Neanderthal.
It's strange because recently there was a dance show a few months ago actually, and he was actually the main dancer. He was the lead, and that's the first time that's happened because he goes to the gym, he works out, and he's got a great physique. So he's got to the point where he's actually number one in his dance class from the males, and now he's just decided to leave that, which is kind of a bit confusing, for us. Why is he leaving everything behind?
Well, I think you know the answer to that, don't you? Because he's in the grip of something that's really not good. And I hate to say that to you, but I do. But you already know it, don't you?
Yes, yeah, we know exactly what's what's
happening. It's just about what to do about it.
We're a bit concerned. I mean, if we're going through this, there must be other parents up and down the country.
I'm going to love you and leave you at this point because there are so many other people calling as well, and I'd like to speak to a few more people before 4. But Alex, I mean, I think your instinct to get other people involved is the right one. I really do.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well with it. I wish you well, Alex. Thank you. Alex in Leicester. What a terrible situation and extraordinary. The speed at which it happened to his son as well. 3:45.